start to kind of get that answer. I'm hesitant to say that he is that guy. I've always been hesitant to say that he's that guy. But we'll have to see how the Cowboys handle the draft to see how much we can depend or how much the expectations for Dak and his performance are risen.
You know, Dan, he is that guy, right? This year, right now, as we sit in April, he's the guy. Come September, October, November, December, as the season wears on, he may not be that guy because the honeymoon period is going to be over if Dak Prescott does not put this team on his back. And you talked about the money. Yeah, people had reservations about the money. The Dallas Cowboys didn't. They gave him the money because they felt that he could be Troy Aikman and Roger Staubach. No question about it. But he's yet to prove that and show that. He's had some great moments at times. Look, the offensive line, okay. There's excuses there, right? Lyle Collins leaves, Connor's gone, but they still feel like their offensive line is good. You talk about the skill position players, and CeeDee Lamb is there, Michael Gallup, they just paid a bunch of money to because the medical staff in Dallas is the best in the National Football League. They feel he'll be back at 100%. Dalton Schultz is there at the tight end position. We know what they have at the running back spot. The core group of offensive players are still there. Those luxury picks that they had on offense is no longer there, like Amari Cooper. There's no excuses for Dak Prescott at all, in my opinion. This team is either NFC Championship, 50-yard field goal away from losing, or Super Bowl appearance, or it's going to be a lot of people have to answer to Sean Payton next year, in my opinion.
And the only thing, Key, too, is I don't place the Cowboys in that top 4 or 5 teams in the NFC, candidly. I still believe it's the Rams, it's the Bucs, it's Green Bay, it's probably New Orleans as well with those 2 first-round picks. I think 2 things about Dak that, again, last year he comes off of that gruesome injury and he gets somewhat healthy throughout the offseason, so he doesn't really have that offseason. And then he had that setback in training camp. How much did that really impact his overall play throughout the season? And then do the Cowboys do something in the draft that, you know, gives them another difference maker offensively? I mean, let's be honest about the Cowboys offense as we sit here today. Who is their real difference maker? CeeDee Lamb's a good receiver. I don't think, and Key, maybe you'll disagree with me, I don't think he's proven to be a difference maker just yet. Ezekiel Elliott is a good player. I don't believe we view him as a difference maker anymore. So this is an offense that has gotten older and has gotten lesser talent-wise. I will go back to this. When that happens, I watched Lamar Jackson do it last year for like 12 weeks. They were depleted. He was the best player in football and carried them to the number 1 seed. I've seen Matthew Stafford do it. I've seen Aaron Rodgers do it. I've seen Tom Brady do it. I've watched Justin Herbert do it. I watched Joe Burrow do it. When your team is a little bit depleted, can you be the reason why you consistently win football games?
And we'll find that out this year, because that's what he's got to do. Last year was a little bit, like you said, a little bit of a figuring out period. The figuring out period is over with. Okay, you got the luxury of sitting around and having everybody making excuses for Dak Prescott a year ago. That won't be the case this year if they get off to a bad start, or they all of a sudden get bounced to the first round of a wild card or a divisional round. They've got to get to the NFC Championship game, or else it's going to be a long
or else
season.
What? Or else they're going to switch up the coach. To me, he's got this year of runway still. Before then, if Sean Payton comes in, now it's going to be, okay, Dak, you're in year 7, year 8. You got Sean Payton. What are you going to do? But I promise you, people will make excuses for Dak this year if they come up short. They will make excuses for the dude. I
mean, depending on what happens draft night, Max, I think the Eagles are the division favorite.
Yeah, it could be. Bold proclamation from Dan Orlovsky.
Isn't he the same guy that also said that Carson Wentz has a Hall of Fame pedigree? Okay.
Can take numbers and skew them any way we want. We often can take numbers and we'll fit them into the narrative that we want to try and paint. And I probably am guilty of this. Can take numbers and skew them any way we want. We often can take numbers and we'll fit them into the narrative that we want to try and paint.
Well, hello, good people. Mark Holmes here, of course, with my buddy Cowboy Jobu, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. So let's get open for business here, and let's wake up the football gods. You know, it's I know. Look, I agree with you, Eric. Eric, you say mute these clowns, because see, here's where that whole segment that we just watched, they were talking out of both sides of their neck. 1 minute they're saying, you know, Dak's going to have no excuses and everything else. He literally said, yeah, the Cowboys offensive line is still really good, but they lost Lyle Collins and Connor Williams and so on. And of course, you know, Dak's got to be able to be the guy that takes him and elevates him and stuff like Tom Brady. We do realize that Tom Brady's never had worse than the 8th best defense in football and won the Super Bowl. We get that, right? We all know that, right? No worse than 8th best defense. Some of those times they were the number one defense, just saying. And you have to look and say, Bill Belichick here, Jason Garrett, and Mike McCarthy somewhere down here. Right? You know, Sean Payton up here, Mike McCarthy, and Jason Garrett right there. But then they go on and he says, there's really not, you know, the same jackass goes on and says, well, there's really not that guy, that go-to guy. CD is okay, but he's not proven to be that guy. You know, Zeke Elliott, he's kind of bad. So wait a minute. No. So 1 minute you're saying they're great and they need to be the NFC Championship game. The next minute you're saying they suck. Now, which is it? Because you can see where it's already evolving. You know, they've gone through all offseason and told us we suck. They told us we're awful and everything else, that we haven't done anything in free agency. Everybody's better than us. And then in the same sense, they turn around and they say, oh, well, it's Super Bowl or bust. How can it be we suck and it's Super Bowl or bust? Either you're Super Bowl or bust or you suck. Which is it? I can't figure it. But let me do a mic check here. Let me make sure. One of the gentlemen up here said that my morning video is not loud enough. It might be because I'm still kind of asleep. So I'm going to try and pump up the volume. So let me do a mic check here.
Mic sound nice, check 1. My mic sound nice, check 2. My mic sound nice, check 3. Are you ready?
Are you ready, Mike?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I guess Gina's not here yet, huh?
I'm good.
Huh? Da-da-dunt. Da-da-dunt.
Damn, Gina.
You know come on. You know you perk up when Gina pops on here. You literally, Am I wrong? Am I lying? Okay, just checking. All right. I gotta say, welcome to a new channel member, Lucky Gardenia's Dashboard Confessional. Shout out to you. Welcome.
That's a long name.
It's a long, and AKA Diana. Her name is actually Diana.
Hopefully that's not the search term to find the channel.
Well, actually, that's the name of the channel. That's the name of the channel. In fact, here's what we're going to do something here. Take this one here. Because it's draft week, we are starting over with all the names for the drawings. And what we going to do, we're going to be giving away some high-priced stuff for draft week, hopefully getting some extra good mojo. Because what we going to do over there by my man Mike, over on the table, we have the Playmaker, because we need to make some plays. We have the autograph Joe Barty, the Playmaker print that I did, both of those signed by the Playmaker. We're going to be giving those away this week, as well as some of our cutting boards and stuff like that. So anybody who becomes a channel member this week or does a super chat this week during the draft, we're going to be doing some great giveaways during the draft here.
Hopefully we don't get a wide receiver.
What?
Round.
Why did we draft a wide receiver? Okay, well, we'll see. He doesn't show that. Filthy, I tell you what, he does show that enthusiasm when da-da-dunt.
Damn, Gina.
When she shows up. He's saving his energy. I can't blame him. Save the energy.
Yeah, I've been working every day.
And true. He's up before I am in the morning. He's out doing his deliveries and then come back Sunday. The boy tired, man. Filthy, he's tired.
I didn't get up early this morning either.
Yeah, and you were gone though.
Yeah,
but
you got
let me get a shout out to all the lovely ladies. Diana's like, oh, I'm the only one that got a shout out today. But I know Miss Hot Sauce Lola. I saw Lola. What's up, Lola? And of course, Gina Thorne. What's up, Gina?
Harley Green. First super chat.
There's Marley Greens. What's up? He's entered in the drawings in there. Got Gina Thorne. I know Roland's here. Where's Roland? I know Roland. Roland. And Ava, I think you're 5 hours behind us. I think you're 5 hours behind me, so it would be 12 o'clock when we do the Sunday show. I think. Double check with me. You know, I'm on East Coast time and all that, so I'll be sure to double check and make sure. Did I miss any of the other ladies in here early? Ava, Lola, Gina. Oh, Joanne Gonzalez. What's up, JoJo? I think I got all the ladies. If I didn't, just come through and smack me upside the head and said, hey, I'm here, because we've got quite a few comments that are already in there. All right, Mike, are you excited that this is draft week?
I will be excited if we don't draft the wide receiver with our number one pick. I will be excited.
You'll be excited?
I don't care who we pick in the first round, as long as it's not a wide receiver. I'll take a tight end at this point.
Wait, what do you mean? You don't want to draft a wide receiver?
Not in the first round.
So are you saying that you're going to go full Rashid if we draft a wide receiver?
What? Why do we get a wide receiver? Why do we get a wide receiver? There you go. Don't tell me. Why do we get a wide receiver? Oh, they got your. Oh, damn, he a dog. Oh, shit, he is a dog.
I found the full clip on my phone.
Oh, man. Okay, so Mike,
I got the full clip on my phone.
The full clip? Was it worse than that? Did he go off even more than that?
I didn't watch it, but I found it in my phone.
Oh, man, that was a great clip. I've actually found a couple of good Philly 500 meltdowns on my phone, too, that I got to use. Ruben, you're having trouble hearing me? Okay, I'll double check tomorrow morning. I'm leaving out early tomorrow, so I'll double check and make sure I pump up the volume. Okay, yeah, I'll get it up in there. I'm not looking for a wide receiver. I'm just not.
I mean, if the draft is loaded with wide receivers and you can get probably a good one in like maybe the third or fourth round, why not wait?
Well, here's the thing that's kind of crazy though, is you think about look right now the Giants. The Giants are fire sealing their team. They've gone through. They've signed wide receivers. They've drafted wide receivers, and they're just trying to get rid of everybody. It seems like everybody who's anything that's not nailed down in New York, you can trade for if you want it.
Yeah, because they want those picks and they're rebuilding.
Yeah, they're seriously, they're just like, screw it. We're redshirting the season. So I need to talk to Pizzle again, where he thought, we're going to win 8 or 9 games. Dude, you ain't winning 8 or 9 games. This is going to be another losing season.
I would say probably 5. I'll give them 5. I don't know what 5 games they're going to win, but I'll give them 5.
I'm not even sure. I don't know. Okay,
then you're
being generous.
I would give them no more than 5 games that they'll win at least.
I didn't realize how bad the receiving core was. I mean, Kyle Rudolph didn't even have 200 yards. Tony was the second best wide receiver with 420. Okay, I think their
even
best.
Michael Gallup got more yards than that. He only played half.
I think their best was 500 some odd yards. So it's just kind of like, why did you get any wide receivers? So
Michael Gallup had a better season than that.
Devarius Slay, they're trying to trade him. Tony, they're trying to trade him. They're trying to get rid of Bradbury, their cornerback. They're trying to trade everybody, but that's their thing. They got lots of picks early, so good luck to them. Not at all. Now, for the Cowboys, we've heard all kinds of things. We've heard that the Cowboys might move up and try and get an edge rusher.
Hopefully it's not for a wide receiver.
Or we've heard that, here's the one that's kind of interesting is there's some speculation that Kenyon Green, who is guard extraordinaire, guard/tackle/center, he's played all of the positions on the line, that his stock could be dropping. He could be actually dropping into the second round. You know why? And this is why I know the Cowboys definitely are licking their chops right now.
Injured.
Huh? There's some concerns about his knee down the road. And so it may be that he starts to fall. But I tell you, though, He is a road grader.
But if he's injury prone, we don't need another injury.
He's not injury prone. It's just that he may end up having some issues with the knee later on. I mean, you take a look at the brother here.
Yeah, but
look at him at guard.
I'm done picking up these guys.
I tell you what, he's mauling people though.
Yeah, but if
he's mauling people, look at this.
I'm sorry.
97, and 97 wasn't exactly a little guy. He stood his ass up.
Yeah, but if you got injury issues, that's the problem.
But that's the Cowboys' way, son.
We don't need more injury prone guys.
That's the Cowboys' way.
Look what you got with Jalen Smith. Only one good year. One good year.
But I tell
just
you what,
one.
Look, he pushed that guy all the way to the other side,
and the man wasn't even ready to play the first one.
Should we trade back and get a couple of picks? Well, see, this is the reason I bring up Kenyon Green is if this is in fact true that he may slide further down. Here's the thought process. Without any clear-cut great quarterback prospects, right? There's a bunch of guys that you look at and say, okay, Malik is definitely the lead guy that's in there, that there's some good quarterbacks possibly there, maybe not ready to be a starter right now. Some guys that you look at and say, okay, this is a project guy. So instead of saying we need to take, 2 or 3 number ones and move up and get a guy, you can kind of wait. Now, the advantage of getting them in the first round versus the second round would be is if they draft him in the first round, you end up having that 5th-year option.
They didn't use it for Van Der Esch.
Well, I know they didn't, but you have that opportunity. If he's drafted then, of course, in the second round or further, then you don't have his rights for as long. So you look at this from the standpoint of, if I jump in there, I'm going to have to pay him a little bit more, but I can get me a project quarterback that's not going to cost me an arm and 3 legs. If you're the Cowboys sitting there at 24 and one of those teams say, that quarterback that we like is sliding some, we need to jump back in. That means you could be a trading partner for that reason.
Yeah, but if you draft later in the first round, there's less you got to pay. It goes by when you get drafted. So if you're the number 1 overall pick, you get paid the most, and then it goes down from there.
Kenyon Green has off-field issues. Oh, you mean off-field issues? And of course, that's the Cowboy way.
No,
I'm just saying.
No. Not one of these guys again.
Well, hold up. Now listen, we've all done stupid shit.
Not like Kevin Joseph.
Okay, Calvin Joseph. You're right.
Joseph.
But remember, Micah Parsons, there were questions about his character, hazing incidents and stuff on the football team. And the hazing stuff that they did at JMU, shit.
But if you listen to him, but that guy's is totally different than Kelvin Joseph, because when you hear his interviews, he has it in the head. He has all in the head.
I hear you.
Talking about I want to move to Dallas even if I get drafted by the Lions, just because you don't have to pay state taxes and the taxes are lower. What guy his age is even thinking about taxes?
Okay. Regardless of that,
he finished his degree in 3 years. His 4-year degree in 3 years.
Okay. Well, yes, I agree. He got his degree
in the head.
Well, because his dad said if you want to go to the NFL early, you're going to have that degree.
Exactly. Now. But not everybody thinks like that.
Okay.
Not everybody has that mindset.
True. Okay, I'm going to give you that one, but I'm just saying there were still questions about his character. Then draft night, they said, Micah Parsons, he's got okay, they wouldn't have said it about anybody if he had gone to any other team. But of course going to the Cowboys, that they brought that up.
Of course
that was a statement, just like the offensive lineman Ball that we had. They said that there were off-the-field issues with him.
And then they tried to do with Dak Prescott, too, when he had his little incident. They tried to talk trash about him, too, when we picked him up.
Yeah.
Talking about his little incident that they was found not guilty for. That little incident, I think in the parking lot or something, that was minor.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah. So, I don't know.
They're always talking trash about our picks. They actually end up doing something.
Yes, very much so. Very much so. But we'll see where it goes. Yeah. Again, who knows? This could be more deflection and so on.
Of course
that the Cowboys, we all know with the Cowboys that there's always a lot of manure. They'll say that, the Cowboys may want to trade up and try and get themselves defensive end that they may want to trade back. I see this as a draft that I'd be better suited to trading back, unless they were going to get if you have my man Jordan Davis falling our way, I would look and say, yeah, I'm all for that.
Yeah, if you move up for him, depending on where you have to move up for him, you don't have to give it that much capital.
Well, the way I look at it is this: if you get Jordan Davis, that's like getting two guys. Because what he'll do with that defensive line will make the rest of that defense like you've added a couple more players. He will keep the linebackers clean, which means they'll be able to roam and go through. He will occupy two guys on the double team, which will mean that D-Law is getting single teamed on the outside. That means Dante Fowler and Dorrance Armstrong are getting single team. He will be like you got two guys. That's
the other question is, too, are they going to keep Micah Parsons on the line?
Micah Parsons is going to be the gadget guy. Micah Parsons most effectively is make the team try and figure out where he's going to be.
I always leave him on the line.
This is where the games come in good.
Because that's where he's most effective.
You want him rushing, but you want him to be moving around so that way nobody gets used to it. Because see, what happens in a football game, okay? If you're playing a guy one-on-one, if I'm the tackle, versus this defensive end, as the game wears on, you learn how they're rushing and the moves that they're taking. You're learning the cadence. You are feeling that guy out and you're understanding how I can beat him or how I or how I can control him. If you have Micah, like let's say you've got D-Law rushing, right? We're going to split him on the outside of him, have both of them come from the same side, right? If you were to get a Jordan Davis and you've got him head up and you've got Micah playing middle linebacker and he's cheating up trying to anticipate the snap count and shoot the gap between the guard and the center with Jordan Davis there, those two guys are going to shit their pants. The guards and the center are going to be like, wait a minute, we got speed and we got a bull that are both coming right here on the train tracks at our quarterback. There's so many things that you could do with them that literally the quarterback, when he gets to the line of scrimmage, is going to be, where is my ass whipping coming from? Where is Micah Parsons? Oh, there he is over there. Okay, so now I'm calling protection over here, and then he drops off. So now everything's shifted that way because you're thinking he's there, and now all of a sudden the pressure's coming from the outside. These are the games that you'll be able to play. If you put him and say he's defensive end, yeah, he's going to beat people. He's going to beat people
constantly. That's why he's most effective.
But I think he's going to beat more people from the mismatches. But that's just me. Again, I'm just a guy, broadcasting not from my mama's basement, from my own basement. That just happens to love the Cowboys. Oh, yes. Oh, Tribe Jobu. What the heck is a Tribe Jobu?
Is that somebody new?
That's somebody new. I mean, I've heard a Tribe Called Quest, but never a Tribe Called Jobu.
Tribe Called Quest.
Okay,
really good.
We will be streaming all three. If the draft is on, Jobu Sports will be on. We'll be on. In fact, E2 Blue will be here on Thursday night. Daniel will be here on Thursday night. David Wiley, Chef David's going to be here. I think I'm going to get a big piece of meat again. Because you know what happened the first night? We ended up having the tomahawk steak, and we ended up getting Micah Parsons. So I'm thinking, if I get a bigger piece of meat, maybe we'll get Jordan Davis. What do you think? Is that a good theory? I think I got to do it. I think I got to do that. Angelica Barron, welcome. Look, did y'all see that? Blue Virus. What's up, Blue Virus?
Blue Virus.
Hold it.
Da-da-dunt. Da-da-dunt. Damn, Gina.
See, I see that energy now. I see that energy. Okay, Jordan Davis is not worth trading up multiple draft picks. I hope not. Okay, now,
it all depends on
how far.
Because if you're like in the teens or the 20s, you don't have to give them as much as number one pick.
Exactly. So the question is, if you're talking about 3 or 4 picks, then you're talking about a first and like a third.
Because they have the list.
If you're talking about trying to go from 24 to say 14, then you're talking about a first and a second.
Because they have the list online where you can look up how much
it should be. Unless
cost.
you're a Dallas Cowboy.
Well, unless you're the Bears, because they're always overpaying for moving up. They're always overpaying for quarterbacks that don't work out.
Yes.
In the draft.
But no, when we say trade up, okay, if it's a guy that you have on your board as a great player that you think that you just dream about getting, if we're talking about moving up 2 or 3 spots to get them, that's different than if we're saying we're going to go from 24 to 10.
Oh, yeah,
okay, we're not talking about that. And if we're talking about giving up maybe a 3rd round draft pick, okay, or if we give up a couple of 5ths, I'd be okay with that.
And add number 2 to that as well.
Hey, look, Ava said, "I saw that smile, Mike. Look at the smiley face with all the kisses and all. Look at that. Yeah, everybody sees that. Look at that. So,
ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble."
It's such a beautiful thing. All right, so if you tune in. Don't worry. Hey, we started this 2 years ago when we originally thought we were going to the draft, but then the pandemic started, and we lucked out because that started something beautiful. It started something beautiful because that was when the original Philly meltdown cam started and the original draft call started, where we ended up, because I didn't want to have people at the house with the pandemic, I didn't want to not have people around, so we did the original Zoom call, and it was great. It was fantastic. All of you guys laughing at Philly 500, hearing you guys. Oh my God, it was just insane. In fact, this was just a little taste of what that was like. Look at on one screen I had you guys, the Zoom call. The other screen I had Philly 500 since I've gotten better equipment.
Is it still light? Look for the corona.
I was literally choking.
Oh my God! Look at this! Wow, that has to be the stupidest thing I've ever. Oh my God! Are you gonna take a quarterback back in the second? Oh my God! Are you kidding me? What did you just trade Carson then? Are you kidding me? You just took over a quarterback in the second round. This team is so good.
That's kind of funny, man.
That they don't need to take. They don't need anything else, right? They're so good. They don't. This has to be for some sort of trade. There has to be something to this. This don't make any sense. Eagles UK, thank you for the super chat. I'm sorry. This is stupidity at its finest. There has to be something else going on.
That was an epic moment. That was to have, Thomas, I think you were on the call. We had about 40 people on the Zoom in call on that. And listen to everybody just cracking up, just watching Philly in real time lose it that they drafted Hurts it was insane. So hopefully we'll have some viral moments like that. Have you talked to Rashid anymore if he's coming?
He said I'll let us know.
He's got to come, man. He's got to come. Loyal Cowboy, yes, of course we are doing the Zoom call. Yes. He added in that super chat. Oh, it was, yes, we're going to be doing, don't worry. We're going to have the Zoom room and everything else. Mark, please keep me in your prayers. My heart still hurts from losing my cousin to gun violence. Amen, Aisha, and everybody. Keep Aisha in your thoughts and stuff. She lost a friend, her cousin was shot and killed. I'm sorry, Aisha. I feel bad for you, girl. And then, of course, we got D2 Stu.
Shout out to you, buddy.
He's got the good stuff as far as pain meds go. Hopefully he's feeling better today. I have not talked to him today. I've been kind of tied up today, Stu, but hopefully you're feeling better. I know you're waiting on the test results.
But my question is, how far are you willing to move up?
Well, it better not be much. I'm not trying to give up a second round pick. I am not trying to give up.
Our pick is worth 740 points.
Yeah, and so that to me that's too much to go. I'd rather get two players.
I'm just saying if you go up for your guy.
Well, there's always speculation, and I say basically it's just you don't really know what they're going to do. Okay,
yeah, but what if he falls to number 20?
If he falls to 20, then
that's only worth.
You better be moving up on there,
and that's only worth 850 points. So it's like
if Jordan Davis falls to 20, but the Cowboys won't do that though. Listen, I would do that, yes, because I am a guy that believes in the defensive line. You could probably give them a first and maybe a fifth if they accept that for to move up to 20, and you'd be good. Yes, I would do that. Most people would do that, but that doesn't mean Stephen Jones would do that.
A first and a third.
They might go ahead and decide we're going to move up for a wide receiver, and then you're going to be screaming, "What? Why did we draft a wide receiver?" I mean, that's the kind of thing that the Cowboys would do. It doesn't. Very rarely have they done the smart move. When they have, it's worked out. Instead of going for Johnny Manziel, they went for Zach Martin. Zach Martin has been incredible.
And they got a couple other. They got more picks for it.
No. That was for Travis Frederick.
Okay.
Travis Frederick, they moved back, which was a smart one. They ended up getting Terrence Williams. Again, some people say Terrence Williams was ass, but you picked him up because you traded back to the first round pick. He was serviceable. So that was house money. He wasn't bad.
He was serviceable.
He was bad. He just shouldn't let the stripper take his car. Because he lost money on that deal right there. So sorry.
Repossessed and everything too.
Wait, what? The sick part is every time a fat boy is the talk of the town, they never show up. Well, because they don't. The thing is, I don't understand this with the Cowboys. The Cowboys are constantly undermining the defensive line.
I mean, Quentin Bohanna, the jury's still out on him.
But it was a 6th round pick. This wasn't exactly. I mean, and he may end up being really good. As a rookie last year, he was high. He ended up rising too high and ended up getting beat. He's very, very raw. He probably will become a really good player. The thing is
Dan Quinn, he probably will.
That's one of your higher picks. The only other one I can think of, I mean, you got like Malik Collins, I think was a 3rd round or 4th round pick. But that wasn't exactly a primo player. More times than not, they take a defensive end. And see, I don't think that Stephen Jones understands that a defensive end is usually a speed guy. Okay? They're a little bit longer. They're a little bit faster. They're a little bit lighter in the ass. Because your job as a defensive end is outside contain and getting upfield to the quarterback. That's totally different than what a defensive tackle is. A defensive tackle is going typically against an offensive tackle or going against the guards, sometimes facing double teams, taking on a fullback, and your job is to hold the line. And what makes it even worse is when you're talking about a nose tackle or a nose guard. Okay, I'm going to always say nose guard because that's what they used to call us. I know they call them nose tackles now, but it's a nose guard, okay? It's the guy over the center. That guy is not a 3 technique guy. And they'll just kind of say, oh, we'll put a 3 technique down there on that guy. That's not it. That is probably the most savage position on the field. You're going to get beat up, banged up, and hit from every damn direction. And you need a special guy that understands, I am a war daddy. I am the target. I am going to be beat the crap out of every game, and I have to be mentally prepared to keep giving it back. And we have not had that guy in forever. When we used to have those guys, the Leon Letts and things, the Russell Marylands, that's when we used to have the number 1 defense and we're winning Super Bowls.
Yeah, that's before Jerry Jones took over.
Well, before and Stephen Jones, and now it's kind of like, oh well, they're a tackle, so
Jimmy Johnson cooking the meal.
We can take Tyrone Crawford and we can make him a tackle. What?
Jimmy Johnson was cooking the meal. And Jerry Jones got mad because he didn't get any credit.
Yes, yeah.
If you watch the How About Them Cowboys, he got no credit and stormed out with the grin on his face.
Dan Quinn won't be our defensive coordinator in 2023. Well, they better do something. He might be our head coach.
If our pick before,
he might be our head coach. Protect Dak in the first round. Andrew, I'm with you on that. It's for me. Okay, for me, I'm taking care of the line one way or the other. I'm going to take care of the line. If Jordan Davis is within striking distance, okay, I'll take a chance and get that guy.
Now, what about the other guy you were talking about that played all those three positions that you were talking about?
Well, that's Kenyon Green, who they say has some knee issues.
But the question is he a good center?
Well, he's a guard. I mean, he can play all the positions. See, because
we need a good center.
Here's the thing. Here's a good thing though about having a guy who can play multiple positions. He plays guard really good, which is our first need. But if you have think about when Tyron Smith first went out. They ended up, instead of saying, damn.
And that's when the line was actually good. I
remember his name now because he played so poorly. We got him he played for Washington for a while. Ty Nsekhe.
Yeah, that's the guy.
It should be Ty Nsekhe. Ty Nsekhe. Okay, so we had Ty Nsekhe, who, when Tyron Smith went down, finished off the game, and they finished off his time of playing for the Cowboys there. Because Ty Nsekhe was Ty Nsekhe. He sucked. So the next game, they said, okay, we're going to need to shift the line, and we're going to try and put out there the best players we have on the field. So they took Terrence Steele from right and went to left. He was not good at the left to start out. He just was not. He was great at right. He was not much better than Ty Nsekhe that first game at right tackle, to be honest. Then La'el Collins comes back in after being on the bench for 7 weeks.
Yeah, that's where the line got jacked
So
up.
now you kind of redone this, and then you said, well, you know what, Connor Williams, we don't believe in him, so we're going to put Connor McGovern in there. And Connor McGovern couldn't get to the other side. So if you have a guy who Kenyon Green can play multiple positions and you trust him, if Tyron Smith goes down, you could shift him from guard to tackle, then bring in Connor McGovern, and then you look and say, I still have my best 5 players out there, as opposed to saying, I've got a backup left tackle, I've got a backup right guard, I got a backup, that I've got to put backup for each of the positions. You can go ahead and say the next best man up. So that's where you look at and say, he's more valuable because he can play multiple positions on the line. It's not an easy thing to go from playing right guard to left guard. Everything's reversed. And the same thing with right tackle. It's literally like, if you write right-handed, now try writing with your left. Because that's what it's like going from one side to the other on the offensive line. If you're a right tackle, you're used to that first step being with your right leg. You're used to your eyes looking out here to try and make that first step. You're used to making contact with your right arm. When you're on the left, everything's reversed. Now I'm looking at everything really from my left eye. I'm having to now be able to do that push with the left arm, and that left arm has not been training for that the same way. Yolanda, what's up? Well, you do have to put on the coaching. Coaching, and you also have to put it on the team because, on the guys that bring in. The coaches can only coach what's on. They have to work with on the field.
There was one game where they were just rotating the offensive line all game, and it looked so sloppy. I think that's when our coach was out because of the Rona.
Yeah.
But they were just rotating guys and had no idea what they were doing.
Danielle Jenkins, you are 100% right, but I think that's going to end up having to be the truly try and get the guy will be next year. You have too many spots that you really need. You need that guard right now, and you're going to have to do a wing and a prayer for Tyron Smith. And, after the draft, there's going to be more guys that are free agents. The bottom basement guys, you'll be able to add about 5 or 6 other players.
Yeah, those blue light specials.
But you know what, though? But you know what? I'm going to say that Javon Curse was one of those blue light special guys. He was a journeyman.
Yeah, every once in a while.
Played in Minnesota and everything. John Jones, what's up?
Take the money
every once in a while, you get a good deal at Walmart.
I tell you what.
With the blue light specials.
Anybody, I tell you what, anybody that joins in tonight, they got great odds at winning a piece of artwork because there's only like 6 or 7 people in the hopper tonight. Woo! Shout out to you, John. So it's either if Jordan Davis is there, I'm trying to move up a couple of spots. I'm not talking about 10 spots.
No.
I'm like, if I have to move up, if I move up 5 spots, okay, I will go and get Jordan Davis. If not, I'm going for my guards. Now, we heard that the Cowboys might be interested in trading up if Kayvon Thibodeau falls, edge rusher. He's good. He's good. That they may end up trying to move up for him. But that goes back to my thing that with the Cowboys, in the same way they always go, let's get a wide receiver instead of taking care of the line. Renee, what's up, Renee? Renee Ramirez. Okay, now, Renee can be a man or a woman's name.
It looks like a guy, but I can't.
Okay, I'm just checking.
I can't tell.
Okay, I'm just checking.
Don't get offended if you're not.
I'm just checking. If you are, just say hey. Just say hey, boo. Okay.
It's hard to see from the picture.
I definitely can't see it, even with my glasses on, because I can't see Jack anymore. But the same thing with the Cowboys is they are forever trying to get the edge rusher. Gina Thorne, shout out to Gina too. Woo.
Take the money out!
Hold on, I shouldn't do that for Gina. Okay, that changed up on. Okay, I got to go ahead and just got paid. That's not in here anymore. Oh, how about this one? There we go. In the same way, the Cowboys will always go for an edge rusher instead of a defensive tackle. Ray, I would be less likely to trade up for an edge rusher than I would be for Jordan Davis. I look at it from the standpoint of saying, if I have Jordan Davis, who can be there to help stop the run, he will make my edge rushers, Dorrance Armstrong and Dante Fowler, better. Because the edge rusher, okay, let me see if I can try and explain it. Okay. Cowboys always play well pretty much in the regular season, right?
Oh, I got it right.
What?
It is a guy.
Okay. All right. Shout out to Ray.
Right.
James Rasmussen. Okay. When we get to playoffs and late in the season, the thing that has been our bugaboo has been stopping the run. Okay? Stopping the run and being able to run the football. The problem with an edge rusher is, and here's the philosophy, okay? And I'm trying to educate you here. If you notice on every play, if you really stop watching the wide receivers and the quarterback all the time. If you want to really know football, watch what goes on the lines. Watch the X stunts and stuff that happen between the tackle and the defensive ends. Watch the guard, go through and double team and try and get off to the linebacker. Watch a guard trying to pull around and stuff, or watch a center trap. Okay, this is where the real battle is going. Shout out to Joanne. What a defensive end's job or an outside linebacker's job is to get upfield. Okay, they're outside here. Your thing is keep everything inside of you. You have speed and quickness. So both of those guys are going up here to the mesh point, which is where the quarterback should be. That's your job. Thus, if a team is running up the middle, your outside edge guys are usually out of the play. They're out of the play. They're not the ones making it. It's the linebackers and the defensive line. If you remember watching Aaron Rodgers against us so many times, or a lot of quarterbacks, what happens is in front of them, it looks like the parting of the Red Sea. Okay? The outside rushers are doing their thing. They're getting pressure upfield. We've had great pass rushing. We've had great sackers and stuff. Randy's getting up there, putting on pressure and things. But the problem is the quarterback can step up. And if he can step up, he's got a clear field in front of him to see that wide receiver breaking in an easy pass. Or if they're running right up the middle where there's nobody there. When you have a guy like we used to for Tyrone Crawford, who was about 270, trying to be a defensive tackle going against a guy that's about 330, that's just bull blocking him right on out the way, people are able to run. So us spending and moving up to get another edge rusher is not going to solve our problem for stopping the run. That's where you have the big nasties. And if we end up getting Jordan the Eclipse Davis, and that's my nickname, and when you guys see somebody else saying he's like an eclipse, you remember you heard it here on Jobu Sports. That guy can push upfield, so now the quarterback is having to look around and try and throw over or sidearm Sally around him to go, right? If you got a big 340-pound guy that can run a 4.8, you're going to have to put two guys on there. You're not going to be able to run in the middle very easily, and that makes those guys more effective. So if you're talking about a bigger bang for the buck, yes, Jordan Davis would be worth trading up for because he is like having two people.
Now, what about, you probably don't know about this guy, but someone in the chat said that Travis Jones is just as good.
Well, if he's just as good.
I don't know anything about him, but that's what somebody said. I'm looking him up right now.
If he's just, again,
I don't know anything
if we get a great one technique guy that's a run stuffer, I'm good.
He's a fat guy, too, from his picture.
That's what I'm talking about. And the Cowboys don't believe it. I don't know if this is like a fitness craze or whatever. But see, you got to love the big fat guys. You want the big, sloppy, fat, strong guy that doesn't give a mother hump in the middle. Trade back with Kansas City. Carolina Cowboys. Pick me, Mark. Go Cowboys. Well, look, it's not me picking. It's actually he's the one that's picking. So we'll be doing that at 10 o'clock. Oh, man, it's almost 10 o'clock already. Travis Jones is a stud, nose tackle too. Like I said, I'd be happy with that.
I don't know anything about the guy.
As long as if we can,
I can't say nothing about it.
We can take care of that soft underbelly. And I know DMV was in here. DMV, I have to give him credit.
He was out here somewhere.
DMV said years ago, because I've always been screaming, it's like, oh my God, if we could just get some good defensive linemen and stuff. And he said, when you control the middle of the field, you control the field, which is the truth. Not listen to any more commentary. Bottom line, Cowboys are going to put who they want on the field. We don't know what they're going to do. You are 100% right on that one.
Yeah, but we can hope.
Two thrill for life. You're right. And the thing is no, you listen to all the talking heads. You listen to me and Law and nobody knows. Nobody knows. Oh no, Army Mom Heather, what's up? No, let's not take Tyrone Crawford and his old lady hips out of mothballs. That's okay.
We're good with that.
And I don't mean to disparage Tyrone Crawford because Tyrone Crawford was a great team leader. But this was, again, the Dallas Cowboys philosophy of taking guys and moving them around. If you instead of getting a tackle, you get a guy, well, he's a defensive end, but we'll make him a tackle. Stop that. Stop. If you need a defensive tackle, get a defensive tackle. Don't keep trying to say, oh, well, we'll go ahead and get Keanu O'Neal. We'll make him a linebacker. The guy is a safety. Stop. Get what you need. Get me, like Marley Green said, get me some beef. Beef it up. John Rigway. I love weed, says John Rigway. I'll check him out. I don't care what we do. I want this team to pass the first round and be better than what we've been. We all want to be better. Believe me. We all want to be better than just the first round of the playoffs.
Of course we want to be better than the first round.
Brad Harris, here's the thing. Here's the thing. You're right. We do need to protect Dak. Here's the good thing about this draft. And again, it probably won't work out that way because we only have 9 picks and 4 of them, Ava, shout out to Ava. 4 of them are 5th round picks, which have been bad for us. At this point, I might as well try out. Yeah, that's true. That's true because, I am about 260. If I were about 10 pounds heavier and about 4 inches taller, then I would be Tyrone Crawford. That's the size that he was. And that's not what you need for a run stopper in the middle. You're right. At this point, it doesn't matter what we say. They're going to pick what they want to pick. And with us having only 9 picks, the Cowboys are going to look for that guy that's going to sell the jerseys. And it won't surprise me if we grab a wide receiver first. But this draft has a lot of really good offensive linemen. We're talking about Kenyon Green may fall all the way to the second round. That's how good this draft will be with offensive linemen.
Ooh.
But
and the Cowboys are looking at Travis Jones too.
Well, they're looking
at another guy that they talked to.
They're looking at everybody.
But at least if they talk to him, then there's hope that we could draft that person. Because usually the people we talk to are the people that they draft.
And the thing is if we go for substance, okay, I'm sure any of these guys with Rod Martinell, God. Now I'm getting like crazy.
Yeah, because he's with the Raiders.
I think actually he
unless he retired. I think he retired, but he was with the Raiders last.
Yeah, I think he retired because he had bad hips and knees.
Yeah, but he was with the Raiders last. I remember
with Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn took not the best primo guys last year and made a pretty good defense.
Yeah, take the primo
guys. If you can get him a decent prospect,
he took no names and went to the Super Bowl when he was with Seattle.
In fact, what's crazy is if you go back for all those that say, "Oh well, Mel Kiper this, Mel Kiper that," the draft that they got Russell Wilson and I think 2 of the Legion of Boom players. And they gave him a C- in the draft. They're like, they sucked. They didn't do anything. And yet here it was. And the following year, it was like those 2 years, they ended up getting pretty much like 6 of the key players, components of that Super Bowl teams. And they basically said that both of those drafts, they're like, they got fleeced. They did terrible things. You just don't know. You just don't know. And anybody that thinks that they know exactly how these players are going to play, they're lying to you. Nobody has a clue. Good night, Boo. Okay. Good night, Lo. You heading out? Okay. Or you saying good night to... Oh, damn, Gina. You got to dip, y'all. Have a good night, everybody. Peace out, Mark. And...
Da-da-dunt. Da-da-dunt.
Damn, Gina.
Damn, Gina. Good night. Peace out, girl. You made me forget what I was talking about. I actually took it like you were joking. Good night, damn Gina. You just don't know what you get at the draft night. You know that come Saturday, they'll be talking about this team is great because they got this guy, that guy, and the other thing. But the reality is a lot of these guys are going to end up being bust. Luck of the draw. And a lot of it is you just get lucky with some of the players. I mean, you think that where we might have been had we ended up making that trade to get Paxton Lynch. Oh, Brad. Okay, thank you, Brad. That's where we were. Protecting Dak. In the second round and in the third round, you're going to be able to still get quality players in there. And I think what you'll also see, too, is after the draft, you end up getting some players like, for example, we got CeeDee Lamb. Nobody thought we were going to get CeeDee Lamb. You start looking at that and saying, well, I got more receivers than I know what to do with, and you start letting go some of your quality players. So you'll see a lot of players that are good quality players. Now, that's no guarantee that Stephen Jones will want to get them, but typically guys that are cut after the draft, there's less money to go around, so their price is a little more affordable, and that's where the Cowboys will fill in the roster. And I believe that they'll end up taking a couple of, depending on what they do in the draft, that they may look at a tight end, they may look at an offensive lineman, a defensive lineman, and so on, to start filling in some of those holes. The reality is they will actually have quite a bit of money. That $15.8 million they have right now, and come June 1st, they'll also have an additional $10 million because of Lyle Collins' June 1st cut. So that's $26 million basically they have. And if they finally get the Dalton Schultz, I don't know why I do that.
Dalton Schultz is the one.
Dalton Schultz.
That's the one that Dak Prescott.
If they do finally get a long-term deal with him, they'll save some money on his $10.9 million cap hit. So there's still chances to fill in. Ideally, you would like to fill in with young guys that aren't going to cost you a whole lot that you can know that you'll have for the long haul. Jason, that's always the case, that you hope that they can avoid any major season-ending injuries. You just don't know. That's just one of those things that you have to. Lucky Gardenia dashboard confession. I bleed blue. I really believe this is going to be the Cowboys' year. Lucky Gardenia. I hope you're right, girl.
We always think that, and then they just let us down.
DMV fanatic, of course. Shout out to DMV. Great interview you had on Friday there. Just needs to hit on 3 draft picks. Agree. If we get 3 starters out of this draft, we've done fantastic. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Where did Mike go? Oh, I'm sorry. I turned that off when I was playing the clip. He's still right there. He's still right there.
I'm here till the end of the show.
He's there. My friend Tristan Langston works for the Washington Commanders. She's from Anchorage, Alaska. Her brother played in the NBA. Well, Washington's getting a little more pressure right now. The Washington Commanders. The state of Virginia is jumping on with investigations on the Washington Commanders as well about the ticket deposits that were never paid back.
As they should, because if you're going to give this team money to come to your state, you got to know what they're all about.
You know what I really think that this is? Yeah, I'm going to be honest now. Okay? And this might be one of those cases where I get a knock at the door or I just disappear. But I got to say that the state of Virginia doing that could be one of those moves that you say, hey, look, you want this to go away? Why don't you come to Virginia and have that team here?
I mean, they already had the practice facilities.
They already have right, and they had they built the training facilities in Richmond where they took the money from the school system.
Potomac is another place that they want.
Yeah, but see, that's in Maryland.
No, it's Potomac.
Virginia can apply.
It's at Potomac Mills, I think.
I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about Potomac.
No, we're not talking about Potomac Mills. Another place that they want.
The farm that's over there that I went to.
Yeah,
the historic farm.
That's another place that they.
But that's on the Maryland side, or right by the MGM, which I bet you Washington wouldn't mind being there because it would be a good spot because of the location of being close to the Beltway, being right there at MGM, having the sight lines of DC and all that.
I'm talking about, what is it? Prince William is the one.
Right, but I was talking about the other one that's over there by the MGM.
I was talking about, Prince William.
Prince William County, and also
I think
Sterling.
Yeah.
Sterling, Virginia, where the gravel pit is.
Yeah, so, I know what that is.
Yeah, Virginia wants them. So Virginia opening up this case could be one of those things like, Snyder, we can make this thing, go away, and you just bring the team here and we'll become best buddy.
Hopefully I'll be gone before they move to the VA. Hopefully I'll be gone before then.
Well, it's good. I mean, they've got the lease till 27 with FedEx. I can't see how that place will be.
I just don't want to pay.
Oh, geez.
I just don't want to give Washington none of my tax money. Zero.
I'm just like, but think about it. If they start building another stadium, they're not going to do anything to maintain that one.
Of course they're not.
It's already falling apart right now.
Yeah, they almost.
What will it be like in 3 more years?
Almost got injured when the Eagles
James,
were there.
I'll see you there at Fireside Chat.
He almost got injured when he was with when the Eagles were at FedEx. Come on now.
He'll be gone. No chance Cowboys get the linebacker from Utah. Gravel pit. Yeah, it is. It's like a gravel pit. That's literally one of the spots. It's a closed gravel pit that they're talking about turning into a spot for the Washington. That's about, well, truth be told, the other place in Maryland, it's downwind from actually a sewage treatment plant,
which is perfect for them.
So that's kind of the right place to be.
A gravel pit is too nice for Washington.
So I mean, but I'm going to say that it's a historic farm. It's a historic farm that's been there for 200 years and stuff. And I'd hate to see I don't know. Dan Snyder is just terrible.
Of course he
is. And coming from a Cowboy fan that we're used to dealing with of course, Jerry Jones, to say somebody else's owner is terrible,
Jerry Jones,
that's bad.
Jerry Jones is not that bad.
Mark, do you think I'm a good viewer of your videos? I've never actually seen you watch my videos, so I don't know exactly if you're a good one or not. I don't know if you sit there intently and really watch them with full attention, or if you're up there screaming at the thing. I don't know if you watch the full thing of its entirety. I don't know if you kind of slip and just go to the end to see if there's something bad. It could be that you just go there and you turn it on for 2 seconds, you make a comment, and you go. So I don't really know if you're a good viewer of the video. I just don't know. I can assume and hope that you are. I can hope that you watch it with respect and that you're a good viewer. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to watch Mark Holmes' videos. Yay. I just don't know. Rumors, let's hear it. We've talked about all the rumors. Green Bay is going all in. Well, they are looking at trying to trade for Darren Waller. So they're looking to get that Pro Bowl tight end from the Raiders. Now, originally, they were looking at actually being able to trade for him as being part of the compensation package on there, but that didn't work out. Fish is so good, especially if you bake it in some coconut milk. I've never tried that before, but that sounds pretty good. All right, Mike, are you ready to do this? Go ahead and we'll do a print here. They haven't yet, but the Packers are definitely trying to. The Washington Commanders are a sewage treatment plant. Oh, man. Who you got, Mike? Who you got? Who you got? Well, it's one of the people that were here tonight. James Rasmussen. James. He's not new. He's been here before.
That's the first time I saw him on the.
He's been here quite a bit. Shout out to him. Make sure you email me, cowboysmark94@gmail on there, as well as Lady Gardenia. Lady Gardenia, make sure you go to the community tab, because on the community tab there is a link that's for members only. You are now a member. I appreciate you. Go on there, and if you click on there, it'll take you to the site, so that way we can get your information to get you your shot glass, and we appreciate you being there. Congratulations, James. Leo or Chad would be a great pick in the second round pick, Will, wide receiver. Taking the song, Mark, not actually rumors.
The sound bite.
Oh,
the sound
gotcha.
bite.
From all these rumors, I can't take it no more.
Blue Virus, you're excited to be on the panel? Well, definitely. So anybody, let me make sure everybody knows. Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday. Saturday's
Blue
hard.
Virus.
Saturday's hard because of it's going through so fast on the draft. And, there are players that you really just don't know, and they're pulling people out the stands to go ahead and make the calls and stuff. It's hard. So I definitely hope that I get lots of you guys in on the panel that are channel members on the call-in and stuff. Zoom call. I will post the link in the community tab on Thursday morning, and we'll be here probably about an hour before the draft starts. Of course, might have a cooking cam upstairs so we can keep up with David Wiley, and we'll definitely get a big piece. We'll get a big piece of meat. Well, we got to get a big piece of meat. What time? We'll probably start out at 7:00.
Yeah, 'cause I think the starts
at 8, so we'll probably start broadcast at 7. Maybe earlier. Maybe. Could be. I don't know. Definitely going to be here. Blue Virus got you again. Congratulations, James. Rumors. What time? Peace out, people. Yeah, we got to get up early in the morning. We need to be on the road early as possible, and I got to check out the sound because people are saying that I'm not loud enough. I don't know why I'm not loud enough. Let me ask you guys now. Is the sound loud enough right now? Was the sound okay? Were we good? Good night, Gina T. Congratulations, James. Draft when we get drafted. Where's? Oh, you're right on that one, Army Mom Heather. That was a great draft. That was great when we had those guys. James says he's speechless. You know what? Actually, that's what I want to do. Shout out. This is one of you great fans right here.
That's what I've been up to.
I'm going to play just a minute of this.
Oh, one more thing popped in my brain. Sorry, guys. I think I've told you, during the pandemic, sheltering in place, that I've gotten into watching cowboy podcasts or shows on YouTube, the football games and the draft, which I've never watched before. And there is a YouTuber out of, I think, really close to the DC. I don't know if he's in Virginia or Maryland.
There's another one?
But he grew up, his father was a cowboy fan, and he's really grown as a YouTube channel. He has all these different screens on a game day with covering, different important games. And I think he's kind of gotten addicted to making these videos because he's doing them all the time, and he's made some other channels. He's on keto. He's a good cook, so he's keto cooking, and then also he does carpentry and does some not only house carpentry, like remodeling houses, but he does things that are sports related, like his take on the Lombardi Trophy, or just different. You would have to check out his channel, but and relatively reasonable prices. But in his area, they were having a football focused fan day where they were flying in different players for kind of like a meet and greet where the fans could pay and get a picture with the sports icon or get a autograph. And he had this idea that Dak was going to be there, and he's a Dak fan, and like any good Cowboy fans, you're either a pro Dak or not a Dak fan, and I'm 100% Dak fan. Just, he's a really great man. He loved his mother. She passed away from cancer, and he created a foundation that has to do with, I think, cancer related, in honor of his mom. And it's Faith Fast Finish or something. There's 3 F's. And Mark had this idea that he bought this really new groovy piece of
equipment, CNC machine,
workshop equipment that's very pricey, but it can do programmed in, like a photo, and it will etch it out. And he did a picture of Dak, and on the back, well, what he decided would really be fun is for fans of the Cowboys who wanted to could donate to GoFundMe for the Cancer Society, and it would be for Dak's charity, and that Mark would be able to give him the check at this event, which was a couple weeks ago on a Friday or Saturday. And he was thinking maybe people, $1,000, $2,000 at the most. Well, he raised over $5,000, and he then thought, he was so jazzed about it, that he was going to engrave all the names of the people that had donated. Well, he was up late at night before the event that Saturday, and his machine conked out, and he got down. It was going to be like 3 rows of etching in all the people that had donated. Well, it got through the first row and just barely a fourth of the second row, and it kind of went wackadoodle. So he was just beside himself. You know, it was like down to the wire. He had to put varnish on this piece and have it dry, and he had to be at the event at like 11 in the morning. And so what he decided to do, you know, they had one of those big check pre-made printed things, and Mark was able to, and some of his family and Cowboy fans were able to present it to Dak, which he was very excited about. And then he showed him the plaque, and then he showed him on the back the names. He told him the story about how it had gotten down the wire, and you know, his machine wouldn't work.
It was kind of hard.
And he'd only gotten so many of the names on there. And what Dak, being the guy he is, he said that he really wanted the plaque with all the names of all the people that had contributed to the fund. And so what they did is Mark took it back and he said, okay, I'll get it done. I'll fix the machine. And he got the address and he's sending it to Dak. And so we got the update. And what was going through my mind, because Dak was holding this plaque and looking at the names, I'm like, wouldn't it be cool if my name had been on there? So I'm looking at the screen to see if, you know, I don't know if they're going by first names or last names. And I'm like, you know, there's a chance. I'm a D. I think he was going by first names. That maybe my name was on that first row. And lo and behold, he did show us the finished project, piece that came out really well, and he was shipping it off, and he did a close-up, and I could see where my name hit, and sure enough, it was on that first plaque that he saw and handled, and I don't know, that just made me happy. But Mark did a really great job, and just he's opinionated at times, and I don't always agree with his take on things, but he is such a giving man and puts in wholehearted for everything he does, and a lot of effort and time. Anyway, he got it sent off, and it was just amazing, and just to be a part of something like that as a fan base, to give back, and to know that, you know, for Dak to know that there are fans that care and support him. Anyway, I think that is it.
Shout out to you. Shout out to you, Lady Gardenia, a.k.a. Diana. Welcome to the Jobu membership. Hopefully we'll see you on one of the streams on the Zoom call and stuff. Definitely check out her channel, Lady Gardenia's Dashboard Confessional.
Yeah, she's still on here.
That's a mouthful.
I know you might want to shorten that.
LGDC? Okay.
Well, I mean, at least the search term should be shorter.
Oh, well, it's okay. Well, Lucky Gardenia, I tell you what, if you look up Lucky Gardenia, there's not a lot of other ones where it get confused. I mean, you look at Mark Holmes, there's lots of Mark Holmeses out there because that's a common name and stuff.
Yeah, but when you look up Mark Holmes, your stuff comes up. You're the first search. What could look up your
Well,
name?
because you've searched for me before. I don't know that I'm the first search out there for Mark Holmes. I mean, there's a lot of Mark Holmes out there, from scientists to doctors and everything else. I'm the dumb Mark. Okay, I'm not the genius one that's out there. But anyway, get your shot glasses ready so we can get up out of here. You got your shot glass? I got my shot glass. Okay. All right, good people. I appreciate everybody being here. And God willing, I will see you guys tomorrow morning. And we're getting closer and closer to the draft. Who knows what the Dallas Cowboys are going to do? But tune in Thursday night and we'll find out. As always, it's time to go home and turn out the lights.
Turn out the lights. The party's over. They say that all good things must end. Call it a night.
Anyone that hasn't seen a cross-stitch pattern.
And tomorrow and next year starts the same old thing again.